Hello trail travelers, it is Carrie, and today in this video we're going to talk about the top 5 tips for trail etiquette. So I know it seems like we shouldn't have to do this one, but there's some things that you probably don't know, and we're going to cover that. So and there's things that you probably should know. So let's start with number 1, and I didn't put these in any particular order, they're just off the top of my head. But number 1, stay the trail. Don't go off trail. Don't make your own trails. Don't make the trails wider. Don't go around obstacles that are in your way and go somewhere that was not a designated trail. This ruins the trails. It gets trails shut down. It has a very negative effect on the community and our hobby and keeping trails open. A lot of trails have been open, or a lot of trails have been closed, I should say, because people didn't respect the trail. And you gotta stay the trail. You gotta stay on the designated trail. There are some places that are open range, Sand Hollow, for example. There's other places where you can go that you can go anywhere. But on a trail, you stay on the trail. You don't go around it. You don't go up into the bushes to pass somebody. That's just a big, big no-no. Number 2, kind of along the same lines, leave no trace. Don't leave your trash behind. There's no one to pick it up, right? Pack out what you brought in. Very simple, you know? Don't leave footprints in, delicate soil. Don't leave trash everywhere. Don't leave human waste somewhere, right? Basically, be a good steward of the outdoors, and that will help keep trails open. Number 3 here, it's called the 3 strikes and you're out rule. And this comes in play on different obstacles where you're trying to get over that obstacle, but for whatever reason, you're not getting the grip, you don't have the right line, and 3 strikes and you're out. Now, if you're by yourself or with a couple of friends and they're all encouraging you, that's fine. But when there's other people behind you that want to get through, you make 3 tries and then you either pick a different, then you get out of the way or winch yourself up, one of the 2. Let people go by and then you can try again. But don't sit there for an hour. And one time I literally sat behind somebody for 45 minutes while they tried to go up an obstacle. It's like, dude, just get out of the way, let other people go by, and then move on. Or suck it up and pull some winch line. There's no shame in pulling line. Sometimes it just happens. You just don't have the right hookup for that day, and you need to pull some line. So don't be embarrassed to do that. But when there's a line of people, 3 tries, get out of the way. All right, I think that's a good one there. Number 4, who has the right of way? This is a tricky question because while the laws are pretty similar in most places, there are some minor differences. So check your local laws, but for me, it's not about laws. It's about safety. Safety, courtesy, a lot of other things play into this. And in Colorado, that actually plays into the law. So here, the rule is people who are going uphill have the right of way, so long as it is not safer for them to pull over and let the people coming downhill go by. Okay, important distinction there. So normally going uphill, you have the right of way, unless it's safer for you to get out of someone else's way. Now, is this worth getting into a fight over and screaming and yelling and throwing a hissy fit? No, it's not. Just be courteous out there. If you have the right of way, that's fine. But if they don't understand how that works, is it really that big of a deal to be put out for a few seconds or even a minute or 2? It's just not that big of a deal. But legally, person going uphill has the right of way most everywhere I know. And some places, like I said, like here in Colorado, there's that exception that says if it's safer for the person going uphill to get out of the way, then they should do so. And I think that's a totally fair and legit way of doing it. All right, number 5, hand signals. This is a biggie. A lot of people we see on the trails don't know basic hand signals. And really the ones that we're most concerned about are how many people are in your group. I think that it's really good information. If you're coming head to head with people, you need to know how many people are in each group so you can figure out, okay, should I get out of the way? Should they get out of the way? You know, if we're going to get out of the way, how long should we wait? How many cars are going to come by? Now, this is pretty simple. It's how many people are behind you in your group. So not counting yourself, how many people are behind you? There's 5 people behind me. There's 4 people behind me. There's 3 people behind me. 2 people behind me. 1 person behind me. And I'm the last person. So this is an important one. This tells the other people coming the opposite direction they are clear to move on. So please learn the hand signals. Those are the only ones we have. So it's really 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, not that hard. Now, little bonus. I said 5. I'm going to give you another one. And this one really pertains to us here in Colorado. And that is avoid the mud. There are places in the country where mudding is just a huge part of the hobby. That's great. Enjoy it. I don't like mud. I don't like cleaning mud. But here in Colorado, there's something special. And it's our mud is not like other places. So it is described as non-healing mud or non-self-healing mud. And that means when you go through it, your tire goes through it and it creates a rut, that mud does not come back together and self-level. It does in other parts of the country. But the mud that we have here, once you put that rut in it, it stays like that and it will dry like that. And now we have damage to the trail. So this is why certain parts of the year on some trails, they are closed for mud season, which is right now, March and April. So some of our popular trails that we go to, we cannot go on them right now because of mud season. And that's because the mud doesn't self-heal and you can cause really, really significant damage to the trail by driving through the mud that we have here. So if you're here in Colorado and you want to do some serious mudding, you're in the wrong place, basically. So that's my top tips for trail etiquette here on Trail Traveler. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you appreciated this. If you have more tips, let us know. Put them in the comments. Maybe if there's enough, we'll do a second part. Also, people have asked, how can they support the channel? I've mentioned it a couple times, and I don't want to put any pressure on anybody. If you like what we do and it's beneficial to you, subscribe, hit like. That's great. If you want to do more on YouTube, when you're watching a video, there's a join button. And for a few dollars a month, you can join the community and you'll get some extra discounts that we're working out with vendors. You'll get access to some other videos that we're not putting out for the general public. You'll get pre-release. You see the normal videos a couple days in advance. So some different perks like that. But if you don't want to help us out that way, it's no big deal. We just did it because people asked. So if you want to, please help us out. We really appreciate it. But otherwise, it's cool. And we do appreciate all the likes, the comments, and the subscribers. We really appreciate that. So from Katarina and myself, stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.